Hi friends, welcome to the first meditation during this time of virtual church programming. This is a meditation for Tuesday, March the 24th, and this is the first one. We will see how this goes. Thanks for joining in today. So today we are going to remember that it is still Lent. One of my favorite memes currently going around says, I wasn't exactly planning on giving up this much for Lent. How true. And yet, here we are. So today, for our meditation, we're going to use a verse that is a typical Lenten verse. It is from the Gospel of John. And Jesus says these words right after his triumphal entry into Jerusalem, which we celebrate on Palm Sunday. So he comes in, and it's a big deal, and he's definitely made a public statement by doing this. And then he's talking with some folks, and it's almost like in the verse that we will use today, we get a little bit of a glimpse into what seems to me sort of an internal conversation that he's having with himself, perhaps, beginning to really deal with the fact that he might die. The paragraph following this one, he begins to talk very openly about his coming death, but here he's really, listen to the verse. It's John chapter 20, verse 12. Very truly I tell you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. The spiritual journey always involves times of dying. Dying to things often that we have hung our identity on, whether it's youth or ability, a job, a role, being a mom, being a dad, being a daughter, being a son, being an ex-person in my professional life, whatever it is. And life is forever about letting go of one thing so that the new thing can be birthed. So here's a question as we begin our meditation. For you in this season, in this time of COVID-19, in this time of physical distancing, in this time of ever-changing, spiraling information, in this time of high anxiety for the health of all and for the world, for you, what is falling to the ground and dying? Take a minute in this silence to let some things come to mind. Is it seeing your adult children? Or is it seeing your older parents? Is it going into the office? Is it seeing friends? Are you letting go of plans that you had? A trip that now has been canceled? A special graduation you were hoping to attend, maybe even your own, your senior year? In this silence, let come to mind, and also let whatever feelings come with the thoughts, just let them come. Let come to mind what is falling to the ground and dying. Very truly, I tell you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. So here's another question. For you in this season that is certainly different from what you had thought your Lenten season might be like, could it be that something new will be birthed? And however long, whatever amount of time, because we don't know what that will be. Are you even already able to see anything beginning to emerge from the ground that you could have never seen if life had continued on its expected course? If you find yourself having extra time, are you enjoying that? Are there books you've been wanting to read that now you have time to read? If you live with family, are there things about the very much togetherness of now that you're enjoying? If you have small children that are suddenly home and with you all the time, Are there gifts inherent in that as well, along with the trials? Are you enjoying the simplicity that your life has taken on? Are you enjoying going to church in your pajamas without ever having to leave your bed or your living room? In the silence that follows, give thanks to God for the new life that perhaps is already taking shape, or perhaps you see only glimmers or hints of. Give thanks to God for what that is and let those things come to mind. Friends, if so far this meditation has not felt applicable to you because you feel overwhelmed with anxiety or sadness or grief or everything, because that is very understandable right now. If you feel like what's falling to the ground and dying is oh so evident, and the thought of anything new or perhaps silver lining feels really foreign, then I want us to take a minute and honor that. And hear another verse, a promise that is echoed throughout our scriptures, but this particular one is from the book of Deuteronomy. It is, "The Lord your God goes with you. God will not leave you or forsake you." So in this silence, just repeat that to yourself as much as you would like. The Lord your God goes with you. God will not leave you or forsake you. In this silence, I also invite you to give over to God everything else that is on your heart today, knowing that God is here, that God already knows it, that God is waiting for you to give it to God. Going to end today's meditation with a prayer. This prayer is from a book of prayers called Ash and Starlight. It's a wonderful book I've just been introduced to, and I very much recommend it. It's by Ariane Braithwaite Lynn. This is her prayer titled, "When I Need to Remember I'm an Overcomer." Strong and loving God, in you, through you, because of you, I am an overcomer. Thank you for helping me trust amid setbacks, for training me how to see progress isn't a straight line, but a squiggly one, marked by moments when I put my hands on my knees and gasp for breath. I keep my eyes forward that I might see the promise before me. Through my sweat today, I'm building new strength and skill for tomorrow. The simple choice to try again, to show up and do the work, is victory in your book. Help me find a goal that's attainable for now, and tomorrow, one a little further down the road. I will be less overwhelmed that way. And that's how you do it, sneaking me into believing I can do this thing. Yours is the coaching voice I need most, speaking directly in my ear as you run alongside, stride for stride. I believe in you. I am with you. We will overcome this together. Amen. And amen. Thank you, friends.